Hey everyone, what is up and welcome back to the channel. I'm Heather.
I'm Casey.
And today we are at Disneyland Paris. We're really excited and also very curious what we're gonna think compared to not only the parks back home, but just after being to so many parks we've fallen in love with being in Germany that aren't Disney related.
Yeah.
Really curious now to get back to a Disney park and see what we think because we've really fallen in love with some new ones too. So
yeah.
What are you most excited for?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
There's
a few things.
I'm really excited to see the Avengers Land. I don't know if I've heard the best about the ride so far, but I think the land's gonna be really cool.
Yeah, and I think I'm the most curious to get on some of those classics actually that have their own variations and sort of compare the two and see. We've been here, by the way, for 5 minutes. Ears, coffee, a new name, Ader. That's my new name. And we're ready to go. It's a little chilly and cool today. We're here during the week, so we're hoping the crowd levels won't be as bad. But this is not going to be the most structured thing we've probably ever done. It's more going to be like, have fun, come along with us, and we'll tell you what we think. So
let's go.
Let's go in. We just got through security. We'll give you a better look when we get up closer, but that is an absolutely beautiful entrance. Maybe one of the prettiest entrances I've seen at a park.
Yeah, really cool castle out there.
That's not a castle.
Well, it might as well be.
It's just really gorgeous. I think that's maybe at one of the hotels here, but it's wow, that is absolutely gorgeous. So we noticed just now that there's a sign here that there's no picnicking anywhere in the park, only outside the park. It does look like there's some benches and little tables around, but you can't take your own lunch in for the day. So just something to kind of note if you've never been here, because that is different than a lot of the other European parks we've been.
Look at that non-castle entrance.
You finally realized.
Big fan of the entrance, huh?
This is, I mean, now granted, I haven't been to the parks in, Shanghai or Hong Kong or any of that, so I can't compare that. I can only compare to Disney World. I haven't been to Disneyland since I was, I don't know, a foot high. But in terms of the parks I have been to in Disney World, this entrance is my favorite. I just really like the kind of Victorian style aesthetic a lot, and the color scheme the palette's very pleasing, so I really like the look. And we have some 30th anniversary celebration stuff that's still up. It runs through the end of this month. I heard it was extended, so we're gonna definitely try to catch some of that stuff because we know this is a very limited run on it and we've heard it's really good. So we've got some cool decor. I think there's a parade, a show, so we'll do the best we can to get to some of those special event things too.
And those are the 30th anniversary years, right?
Some of them. Yes, I actually got them before we came through the park, but this kind of iridescent purple is really cool. I really like the color, and I needed to get Disney-fied for this trip, so.
Dang, that is quite the entrance.
That is really pretty. That is, I always thought it looked like the prettiest castle in photos, but yeah, that definitely, it's going to be hard to top that castle-wise. But,
it's a really cool main street, too.
It is, and it feels more open.
Yeah, it seems wider, yeah.
Look at that, look. It's like castle. Everyone's excited about it. Yeah, it's beautifully landscaped, and again, it's just all this Victorian kind of architecture.
Something's happening.
It might be the parade.
It's the parade.
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing. Frontierland. Woo! The party's still happening in the main square.
That's a bop. That's a whole bop going on back there.
We figured we'd kind of capitalize on everybody getting distracted by that and try to get on some rides real quick.
Yeah, this is going to be Heather's most distracted vlog of all time because I'm seeing so many things. This is so pretty through here. This Frontierland is really good.
The Lucky Nugget.
The Lucky Nugget.
Is that where we're getting lunch?
I feel like we're back home. I like this Big Thunder Mesa sign.
Alright, the first thing we're coming up on is Phantom Manor.
I am really excited because Haunted Mansion at this point is still my favorite, like, haunted dark ride.
You have yet to watch the movie.
This was before the movie.
I know, but it's your favorite ride.
Okay,
How
I'm
can
going to
you not
say
watch the
something
movie?
controversial here. I like Disney at its best when they do some things that are non-IP. And it's like we've got to turn Pirates into an IP and Haunted Mansion into an IP, and I get it. But I love them for what they were before those movies. So I was in love with them as a kid before that. So I don't know that I want to watch it.
Yeah,
Everyone can come for me in the comments,
anyways.
but I've heard this is a really good version of it, and I'm excited to try it and see if I like it even better than Haunted Mansion.
Here we go. Alright, well, they're advertising 20-minute wait time right now.
That's not bad.
It's not.
For the manor. And we've got Big Thundy over there, which I've heard this is also maybe the best version of that. And I like the one in Disney World already. It's one of my favorite rides ever from Disney. So I'm excited to see this since people say they like it even more. Wow. The theming, I think, I like it more. So we are in line for Phantom Manor, and I love how you actually get to walk onto the balcony of the manor. And then you've got this great view of Big Thunder Mountain in the background. So far I really like the outside aesthetic of this, and again that you get to get closer to the manor better than the original actually.
Nous sommes ravis de vous accueillir humblement dans ce livre. The beauty once lived in this house. Phantom Manor a connu des jours heureux.
As-tu une scène se describing metamorphosis? Hélas, les choses ne sont pas toujours ce qu'elles paraissent. Tous les contes n'ont pas de fin.
The Walk of Shame.
Walk of Shame, the first ride we're on, and there's a technical difficulty and they're sending us out of the manor right now.
Alright, we just got out of Phantom Manor.
It
through
looked
the back door.
amazing, yeah, but we didn't ride it because unfortunately we got all the way like through the pre-show down to the cars.
We were just about to get on.
Just about to get on.
And it broke.
Something's going on, enough that they knew right away to have everyone leave, you know. I
Yeah.
think a lot of times if they think it's just going to be a minute, they don't ask you to do that. But one thing Disney does that I always do think is just top notch and just should be how it is that if that's going to happen where you spend all that wait time, that they gave us a fast pass to come back later. So that's
Yeah,
nice at least.
immediately after exiting
Immediately.
the building. They're waiting, writing up
Yep.
for everybody, so
Yeah,
that's awesome.
it is awesome because that's, you know, when you come and you spend money and you want to see everything, if you waste an hour, you know, kind of your time, which it wasn't quite an hour, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes through the pre-show and the line, but you don't want to spend that time again. So, yeah, that's really great that they did that. That makes me happy, and we can see Big Thunder, so that's probably where we're going to go. Maybe find a bathroom first on the way because I don't know what that wait's going to be like, but yeah, we will come back to this and do it when it's
Definitely
over.
before the end of the day, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hi, there it is, Big Thunder Mountain.
It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it's appears to be out on like its own little island. I don't know if there's like a bridge, I guess maybe over there to get to the queue line.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen obviously that this was on an island before in other vlogs and stuff, but I don't know how you get to it. So looks really, really cool. Like being on the island like this definitely has a very cool look about it for sure.
All right, let's see if we can actually get on a ride this time.
Yeah, see what we can do. That's a cool spirit.
Oh yeah,
That one's fun. It even says Disneyland Paris.
it's just
Well, I mean, obviously. But
just what you wanted.
It is, but this is really cool. I like the color scheme on this for Lion King. That's a cool one.
Getting all their Day of the Dead stuff out.
I know. Well, it's the Coco. It's Coco stuff, but this is so cool. I mean, I think there is some of that now at Disney World since I've been like more of it, but I love the aesthetic of that, and I love what that holiday is about. Like, I've always thought that's such a cool holiday. So yeah, I love seeing this.
All right, we got a 45-minute wait for Big Thunder Mountain. I love like the old mining theming that they do for this type of ride.
I do too, and this is, I guess what happens is you start on the land and somehow you must work your way over to that island. So I'm curious to see like how that part of the track goes. I couldn't see it from where we were before and I haven't seen it yet, but gotta get there somehow.
Right into it. All right then. got so wet. Oh man. That was fast.
Yeah, and that last bit especially.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, that was a lot of fun.
That was fun.
And back to the station.
All right, so we just got off of our ride on the Disneyland Paris version of Big Thunder Mountain. What did you think?
Well, I can't really compare it. I mean, it's been a long time since I've rode the other Big Thunder Mountain in Orlando, but I really liked it. The theming was really good, and it was a lot faster and a lot kind of crazier than I was expecting. I thought it was going to be a little more of a tame, like family coaster, and as soon as you leave the station, it just starts taking off.
Yeah, the theming I think for sure is more involved on this one. Like I think going through the mountain, being out on the little island, and just there were a lot of cute like animatronic things. There was a little goat. I don't know if you probably saw it in the actual POV, but there was a goat that was like eating someone's shirt.
Yeah, on the side there, yeah.
Which I thought was so funny. There was a lot of great stuff. I've got a lot of in the dark parts for an extended period of time.
Yeah.
And I think the last dark section is where it really kind of let loose and took off on a tear a little bit. But in terms of the actual ride itself, it's like he said, I've done it a bunch in Disney World, and I feel like my tendency is to want to say the ride part I prefer there, but I'm not sure because it's still early in the day too. The ride's still heating up, and I can definitely see this being a back row ride where you would kind of get that tail end whip on certain things. So we want to do this in the dark at some point, so maybe we'll see if we can get further back in the train car and ride it again. It's great though. I mean, it's great fun, and I definitely think the theming is preferred for me on this one.
Yeah, really good way to start off the day.
Yeah, so right now I'm not really sure where we're heading, but we'll keep you posted. We're going to head to the next thing and just see what we can see.
Big old line for Casa de Coco.
Yeah, you know, it's really cool that they have like a Coco themed restaurant. I would love to see a Coco themed ride. I'm one of those that's pro putting it in the Mexico Pavilion at Epcot. I like the original ride better, but if they're gonna do an IP, I'd rather see Coco. So this is really cool to see at least a little bit of Coco around here with its own building and stuff like that. So we're really liking that.
All right, we are working our way over to Pirates of the Caribbean.
Adventure Isle. Do you say Caribbean or Caribbean? I say Pirates of the Caribbean. He evidently says Caribbean. Which do you think it is?
I think it's Caribbean.
This is really cool.
This is like the kids' playground area, I think, on the Pirate Island.
I don't care. I'd do it.
Yeah, we know you don't.
Then gun spade.
That boat is crazy.
This is so cool over here. Like, so far, I really think thematically, this is supposed to be closer to like a Magic Kingdom. This theming here is really, really good. I think I prefer the theming here. Something that we've noticed really at all the European parks, there seems to be a lot more nature incorporated into them, and I feel that here as well. Really big fan of that. We've seen like we've got like a sandy beach here, we've got all sorts of greenery, you've got the wrecked pirate ship going on, you've got the big tree.
You got these massive fish down there. Can you see those things?
Yeah. And it's a really good blend of everything. As you walk from land to land, they make it connect. And so I always love when a park does that. So far, thematically, this park is top notch, top tier as well, for sure. So even the big old flag over there that's like the mast of the boat is really, really cool. The pirate sign is like on the actual...
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see. It's way out there, across the water.
Maybe we'll B-roll it in. Good for you. But yeah, this is a cool park so far.
Such a cool area over here in the pirate section. Heather's over here checking out the restaurant.
I don't know if this is the right thing or not. Try to figure it out.
Do they got food or not?
Yeah, we're looking for the Pirates fish and chips. This is so much more of a dramatic setup for Pirates. It's like they really are almost glorifying that ride here a lot more. It's so cool.
Alright, we finally found Captain Jack's restaurant. It's kind of hidden away, but the entrance to it is kind of just to the left of the actual Pirates ride.
Really cool. So we were on our way to Pirates. We actually were going to eat over at the restaurant by Pirates of the Caribbean, but they are full today, but we're going to go tomorrow. So now we're at Toad Hall. I actually heard this is really good, but not open all the time. So I thought this would be fun, but ironically, we might be having fish and chips both days as our main meal. We've been eating breakfast and stuff at the campsite that we're at. And I'm sure we'll have some snacks and treats here as well, but this is going to be our main meal today. So we both got a big thing of fish and chips. These pieces of fish are huge, and it was pretty reasonable, I think, too, right? Like the price?
It was 12 euros each.
So 12 euros each, so that's not bad for a big meal like this, and it's kind of a quick service, so you go through and you get it and you come sit down. There's also some really pretty seating outside overlooking the labyrinth and stuff, but it kind of looks like it could rain, so we just decided to be safe, eat in here. So we're gonna dig into some fish and chips. All right, so we just finished up a little bit of a lunch dinner at Mr. Toad's, and I thought it was a good value for the price for a Disney park.
Yeah, a lot of food.
A lot of food for 13 euros a person. The fish batter could have been on a crunchier. It wasn't very crunchy, that was the downside, but the fish itself was good and the fries were really good too. So I think, I've heard people say it's really good, so we probably just got, you know, a batch that happened to be on the softer side, but I'd still eat here. It's a good value for Disney.
Yeah, for sure.
So we're on to run to the store real quick, and then we're gonna head back over to Pirates. We've kind of been bouncing around here, just trying to ride the wave of the Disney day. But we're gonna head back and do Pirates next. I'm looking for my souvenir hoodie for this park, so we're gonna see if I can find something. And it's been a little cooler too, and
yeah, it's starting to rain now.
Wasn't supposed to rain yet. Here we are having another rainy park day. So anyway, we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna head back over to that really cool Skull Island area.
Captain Jack's.
We'll be there tomorrow.
We're gonna try to get in there tomorrow.
Attire-le vers le nœud coulant. Tiens-le maintenant.
Oh, there he is, Jack Sparrow.
Que je suis le seul à avoir mis la main sur le pactole.
Et un des meilleurs. Magnifique, je veux dire. J'ai gardé dans les yeux. Plutôt stupide pour un pirate de laisser autant d'or caché ici.
All right, we just got off of Pirates of the Caribbean. The one in Disneyland Paris, and I definitely preferred that version to the Disney World one.
Yeah.
Way crazier themed inside. Like the walkthrough was really crazy.
Yeah, the queue line was really cool.
Queue line was really cool, and then there were just some like scenes in the ride that are not in obviously the one in Disney World. I knew they were gonna be a little different, but like we kind of went through one part where there's these big, almost like clogs that cross overhead. You know what I'm talking about? Like the burnt sheets that were kind of coming out of, I assume, a burned down building. It's supposed to kind of look like a burned down building, but it was early on in the ride. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
And then there were 2 drops in this one.
Yeah, the second one, I thought it was gonna be a little bigger. It's weird how, I don't know if it's just how busy it was.
Yeah.
There was like a backed up line.
A backed up line of the boats, yeah.
To do the second drop, or if it's normally like that.
I thought that was a little strange too. But overall, I think I preferred this one. Now, granted, it's newer than the Magic Kingdom is, a newer park. So some of it might be too just some of the updates and stuff from when it was put in. But I definitely like this version the best.
Yeah.
So now I don't know what we're gonna do next. I know there's the Indiana Jones ride, but I've heard it's a little rough, and I'm not really sure if I want to do that. Maybe we'll head over behind the castle, try to do some of that walkthrough in the labyrinth, and then work our way to Hyperspace Mountains, possibly something
good.
like that. So we'll head that way. But this whole section is great too. That's the other thing. Not only is I think this the better Pirates ride of the 2.
Yeah, the whole themed area is really cool.
But yeah, they just gave so much love to the Pirates ride. I mean, it's like a whole land almost of that.
Yeah.
So really, really cool. But we're gonna head to do that, so we will see you on the way.
All right, off to Fantasyland.
Yes, it looks very pretty in here. There's a lot of flat rides, but there's also the labyrinth, which looks cool. And we know there's some stuff inside the castle here that we want to go peek at.
All right, Alice's Curious Labyrinth.
It's very curious. There's
Are you
some
curious
treasure
what's
down
in there?
I'm curious how long it's going to take me to get to the end. Is that I'm curious?
I'm
what?
curious how lost you're gonna get.
So you get up to this castle and you get a really good view of the park if you can master the maze. And the Curious Labyrinth. That way under, watch this way.
Which way?
Some way.
Which way you want to go? This way? We're going this way.
Oh, there's the Cheshire Cat.
Oh, this is new.
That's awesome.
Made it to the castle. You can pretty much see the whole park up here.
You can pretty much see the whole park up here. It's a great view for sure. It's chaotic though. I would like this much better if there were less people. Like if it were more. I just mean there was
It's
like
packed.
a turnstile when you go in, so it seems like they could regulate how many people are in at a time, but I don't think that's going on right now.
All right, we survived the labyrinth.
Curious Labyrinth. That was a lot.
There's a lot going on in there.
It could be cool. Like I said, it was way too crowded, and
Yeah.
it was kind of overwhelming. Honestly, that was the most chaotic I felt today. That is something I think with Disney is just more apparent because they are so popular. The parks are. It's just
Lot of
more
people,
crowded in
yeah.
general, and I don't actually like huge crowds that much. So I start to feel a little overwhelmed, and especially there's a lot of like shoving going on and running going on, and it's just so chaotic. If you're at a park, just be gentle with the people around you. So yeah, that was a bit chaotic for me, but I like the concept and I like all the cool interaction with like the Queen of Hearts popping out of the little...
Yeah, like if you go the wrong way on some of the paths, like the different guards will pop out and like stop you. And...
Yeah, so it's really well done and cool. It's definitely a better attraction. I feel it's either more regulated on how many enter at a time or on a slower day. It feels pretty busy to me right now, but I don't know for sure. But
there's so many people in there that you can kind of just follow them through the maze. The line is so long, you don't really have to find your own way.
Which that takes a little bit of the fun out of it too.
Yeah.
So, but again, if it was a slower day or regulated, like it will be really cool to do for sure. So I'm not saying don't do it. I'm not saying it's not good. It was just chaos right now. So on to the next thing. I see Hyperspace Mountain and also Small World kind of off in a distance. I'd be interested in to see how that differs as well. So we're gonna head in that general direction.
Alright, we're stumbling into Discovery Land here.
We have been booping and bopping and beeping all over this park today. This probably looks so random. But it's been kind of a weird start to the day and just one of those days where things don't necessarily go in a linear path. But we're gonna make the most of it. There's another parade about to start. I think this is different than the 30th anniversary. I think it's actually just like the normal parade versus the 30th anniversary. Could be wrong. But we figured maybe we'll do that stuff tomorrow because we're going to try to do like a park open to close tomorrow and see a little bit of the Studios Park and then spend more time here. But for now, we're looking at this really cool Jules Verne theming over here in Discoveryland. We want to go ride Hyperspace Mountain, and I know that right now it has like a Star Wars overlay, but that rumor has that they're going to go back towards a Jules Verne aesthetic, which I think would be really cool because I always liked those novels and just that type of storyline. So we're gonna check this out, see what the Star Wars overlay is like. I really need something sweet too, so we're definitely gonna be stopping for something yummy here soon.
I gotta try a Mickey bar.
A Mickey bar.
Mickey bar.
We can arrange that.
Alright.
I have heard that some people like this whole stylization better, and I fully agree. So far, just everything feels taken up a notch here versus Magic Kingdom somehow.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm not knocking Magic Kingdom. Magic Kingdom's amazing, but this is really cool.
That's probably my favorite section of the park we've been in thus far.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the palette they use. It's very steampunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Alright, we're heading over to Hyperspace Mountain. There's like this sweet cannon on the outside of the ride here, and it actually launches the coaster up on the outside of the building here.
I am blown away by this whole thing. This is crazy. This also looks like the Leagues Under the Sea, Little Leagues Under the Sea ride a little bit, which would make sense. Wow, this is so
Du saut dans l'hyperespace pour rejoindre une galaxie.
Alright, well, we just did Hyperspace Mountain. We couldn't do a POV in there. They told us we couldn't do POV on that one. So I'm going to let you take it first and see what you thought about it, because I don't know what you thought about it.
It was a little rough. I like the concept. I mean, I'm kind of like a Star Wars fan, I guess. Like I started to get into it with The Mandalorian and stuff like that. So I like that aspect of it. The train itself could be a lot better because it's really hard to get in and out of, and that made it a very painful experience getting in and off the coaster.
Probably slowed down the loading process and the unloading process. Yeah. For me, it was not my favorite. I feel, I'm not an expert in this area, but I feel that the ride car design and the restraint system could be different for this ride, because they tell you to keep your head back the whole time at the beginning, which I found near impossible because of the style of the ride and certain things you're doing. There's no way I could keep my head back doing certain things. But I'm sure they tell you that because of the speed, and also you're getting whipped around. But then because you can't keep your head back, your head's just like this through the whole ride, and it was pretty, it was a little bit of a rough ride if I'm being honest. I liked the launch, the beginning. I was like, oh, this is cool. Like right off the bat, I thought I was really gonna like it. I would definitely prefer the Jules Verne layout that originally was here, I think. I'm opposite of him. Like, I like Star Wars fine, but I'm a Disney purist, have you, where I don't really like the blending of like Marvel and Star Wars and stuff in the park so much myself, or if they did it, I'd prefer, I've told him before, like a park called like Disney Adventure or something like that, where it's all like your Indiana Jones, your Marvel, your Star Wars, things that feel like they go together. And then I would enjoy it better, I think, versus having Mickey Mouse right over there. I don't know, that just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I think they could have, if you're gonna go with this kind of theme, like, then I think you need to go all out, and there wasn't like enough of it to really like say it's a Star Wars ride.
Yeah,
There's
very light theming.
Yeah, just there
wasn't a ton. It was just a few little kind of like screen projections that were like light, you know, I don't know, like, you know, when you go into hyperspace, the kind of lighting that they go through in hyperspace, and then I think at one point it was supposed to be kind of like lightsaber lights going on.
Yeah, if you're gonna do it, like, just commit and go all out. There's just very few scenes of
Yeah,
Star
I think
Wars
this
things.
has a lot of potential, but I would change some things, modify some things to get it where I would like it, if that makes sense. But I do think it has a lot of potential. The launch is great, the looping's great, a little bit more like Rock and Roller Coaster than Space Mountain. So yeah, those are my thoughts. We're not going to bore you all day with them. Those are his thoughts, and now I think we've got to take a little bit of a break, find a snack and stuff, and then keep on trucking.
Dessert time?
Dessert time.
It's happening.
All right, so we popped into this really cool place over here in Discoveryland. It's mostly like burgers and fries. They've got a BB-8 burger where it's burned into the top. BB-8's on the top of your burger, but we are getting dessert and drinks here. And I just love the aesthetic. I love the whole Jules Verne vibe. I love that there's an area of a park somewhere that has that. There's also this cool stage and some Mickey shows playing. I don't know what this is utilized for. If there's an actual stage show here that goes on sometimes, I would assume there must be. And we've got sort of stadium style seating up here that's all in different like tiered sections going up. This is a really big space though to only have like all these tables. It's crazy how many tables there are. I guess on the really, really busy days, maybe it gets packed like that. I'm gonna have to look up if there's a stage show in here anywhere. What'd you bring me? Snackies. Fanta, Mickey almond and chocolate cake, and someone is having...
You can't come to Disney and not just get a Mickey bar.
I mean, you're not wrong.
You have to.
Yeah. That looks good. I actually like the ice cream sandwiches better, but I don't know if they have those here. I haven't seen them anywhere yet. But yum. Mine are just like pre-made, so I don't know what to expect. How's your Mickey bar treating you over there?
Very cold.
Yeah, I wasn't prepared for that. I think after this, we're probably gonna go through the castle, try to see that, and then maybe go back towards Phantom Manor. I think that would be a good time to do that, and then maybe some of the smaller attractions will have slowed down, like either Small World or Pinocchio or one of those, before the show tonight.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Is this what true love looks like?
Yeah, that's me and that's you.
Why am I trash? Am I that square?
Not really. But if you were to have tires, they would be like something industrial like that. You wouldn't just float around.
I'm incapable of floating around? I don't get it.
No, you're like into cars and stuff. Like that's way more like, I don't know.
You're that Wally. She thinks we're trash. Oh, this place probably looks so cool at night. All the lights are starting to come on.
Yeah.
I can't wait for it.
Tomorrow, I really think we're gonna do like a half day at the other park and then come back over here. And maybe this will be a section we'll come spend time in at night. Because I think we're gonna end up more by Phantom Manor and stuff tonight, but this I agree. This has got to look really
Yeah,
cool.
we still gotta go
okay?
use our fast pass that we
We
got.
do. So we're gonna head through the castle and try to see that interior part, and then work our way over to Phantom Manor. And then I'm not really sure. There's some smaller rides we'd like to do, like Pinocchio and Snow White and those sorts of things. Peter Pan is down right now, so that will not be one we'll be doing this trip. But I think we will have probably hit most of the bigger rides.
Yeah.
So tomorrow might be some re-rides, some smaller stuff, and then the stuff at the other parks. So this at night, that's not gonna be a priority because this is pretty cool, and we can come do Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger spin,
Ooh,
and I
yeah,
can take
I always
you
liked that
down
one.
again.
You're gonna freaking lose. And the castle looks really good in the sunset right now.
We're in the castle for real.
For real. The detail in here is crazy. This is a good view.
That's pretty cool that you can come out on the balcony.
Yeah, the castle at Disney World, you can't even really get to, can you?
No, not really. This is a beautiful spot.
Yeah, it is. It's really cool that they just let you come up and walk around in here.
I know. That I wish they had that at Disney World. That's really, really cool. Very Oh, yeah, de rage. Is that like full of rage?
I'm sure that's the
That's
exact translation.
Transformed into a dragon. Okay, we're on the hunt for the dragon. I knew there was a dragon. Also, I think I've been saying Belle's Castle all day. It's definitely Aurora's castle. Ooh.
Oh,
La
Tanier du Dragon.
I definitely knew it was Aurora's, and my brain just apparently Belle's on the brain today. But anyway, Aurora's castle, gorgeous, so cool on the inside. All the stained glass, just so cool. So let's find the dragon.
Sí, 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 sí. Hay un dragón. Vamos a ver el dragón. Ese, ese. No, es de día, tarde de día. No, no. Ay, mira, si son de esto.
Oh.
He's alive.
Is that supposed to be Maleficent?
I think so.
We found the dragon.
We found the dragon. That's the coolest Disney animatronic I've ever seen. That thing is cool.
Yeah, I think it's cool how it's just like hidden underneath the castle here.
Yeah, like it felt like kind of dark and damp and creepy and
Yeah, it's not very Disney.
well,
Like it doesn't. I don't think of.
maybe
dark,
classic
scary,
Disney,
and creepy
old
when I think of
Disney. Yeah, I mean the older movies though are I think darker,
Yeah,
but I loved that. That was so cool. Like that was really cool.
yeah, it's a little hidden Easter egg here.
The way the neck moved and stuff felt very, I mean, obviously dragons aren't here walking around to say, yeah, that looks like me, but I would say the movement felt realistic. So that was really big thumbs up. One of my highlights of the day. And now, Phantom Manor. Fingers crossed.
Try again. Dang. It's a really cool view of the castle.
She's showing off for you, hon.
It looks really good in the light right now.
Thanks.
Yeah, you do too.
Thanks.
Yeah. It's all of Donald's friends. And then we got this one, trying to be friends with them.
Sitting that right now is nice. That looks so cool right now.
Yeah, the lighting on the Big Thunder Mountain looks real good.
I'm thinking depending on when we get off of here, we might just go for that again before the fireworks and stuff.
Si vous ne trouvez pas le moyen de vous échapper, le fantôme des lieux se fera un plaisir de vous aider.
Belle Beyoncé. Warlocks and witches
Yeah. Are we supposed to be like under Frontier World right now? Frontierland?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright, so we just got a Phantom Manor. What are your thoughts compared to the Haunted Mansion back in the States?
I am torn because I grew up with that. It's like my childhood, my favorite childhood ride. So I have a very soft spot for it. So I'm gonna have to ride that again and really like take it in. There are definitely some really cool, unique things about that one though. It definitely felt darker to me on the whole. A lot of darker characters in there. We felt like,
And just in a literal sense, it was very dark in there.
very dark in there, but also it felt like you kind of go into the underworld at the end or something. Which I mean, it wasn't like super like bloody or gory or anything like that, but definitely darker than the one at Disney World, I would say.
Yeah, it's almost like this one kind of follows more of a storyline. Like you're kind of at the ball, and then you end up in the graveyard, and the guy dug a grave that you get in, and then you're in the underworld.
I could see that.
I don't know. It felt more like fluent to me rather than just random scenes throughout.
I love the whole walkthrough. I love the entryway when you come in and there's the bride and all of the doom buggies right there. That whole scene is beautiful. Thought it was really cool that they put the Western spin on it here to fit with the fact that it is kind of in the Adventureland area instead of, or Frontierland, sorry, not Adventureland, Frontierland area versus where it is at Disney World, different locations. So it's right across from Big Thunder Mountain here, so that's really cool that they incorporated that and made it their own in that way as well.
Yeah.
So definitely very well done. The creepy animatronic with the red eyes, like I guess he's the gravedigger, I'm assuming the skeleton gravedigger.
Yeah.
He was creepy and he had very lifelike movements too. So it always, when they're creepy and then they move really fluidly, I'm always like, whoa, kind of creep me out a little bit, but you know, not anything too crazy, but just, yeah, he was a little spooky. going to do next. We were told that to get a really good viewing spot for the fireworks, we pretty much have to head there now, and they're not even for another like hour. So I don't know if we're going to wait that long or just kind of try to weasel our way in somewhere, but we'll figure it out. It is beautiful right now, and we're looking at Big Thunder Mountain, and I would like to do a night ride on it at some point, so I am kind of torn whether I want to try to go for that and then just see if we can say excuse me our way through to a good spot. I don't know, so
Sounds like a plan to me.
okay.
All right, we're doing round 2 on Big Thunder Mountain.
We're gonna hope it gets dark by the time we get on there.
It's about a 35-minute wait, it says, so we're hoping maybe the sun will be set by the time we get up there.
Yeah, and then I'm
And
gonna
then
grab
run over to
popcorn and
the show.
fireworks. Yeah.
Fireworks, yes.
Disneyland Paris accueille les rêveurs de tous les âges et du monde entier. We invite you to dream bigger, smile wider, and laugh louder. Together, let's make the future brighter than ever. Ensemble, rendons l'avenir plus brillant que jamais. La magie ne fait que commencer. The magic, it's just begun.
All right, so we just finished up a night ride on Big Thunder Mountain, straight into the 2 night shows, the 30th anniversary show and also just the main show here in the park, something with Lumi, I think, I don't remember. But they were both fabulous shows. I think Big Thunder Mountain here is definitely a night ride.
Yeah, that's by far my favorite coaster of the day.
Definitely so. That was so much fun tonight. And I thought both the 30th anniversary show and the main show, like I said, were really, really excellent. The use of projections, water, you had fireworks, you had drones, like everything was going on in that show.
The drone show was really cool. I've never seen that like in person before.
Yeah, me either.
So I thought that was a really cool touch.
That was really cool. The music was great. I also thought that was really great for the 30th anniversary. I might have to go look up some of those bops because I've been bopping all day to some of the songs. But yeah, it was just really, really a beautiful show. I think everybody here really enjoyed it. But one thing I will say is that I think we're just not used to the crowd levels anymore being so just crammed in. I mean, the parks that we go to in Europe that are the non-Disney parks are still busy parks, but it feels like they spread out better and maybe not obviously quite as busy. And I think we're just not used to it because it's been a little claustrophobic at times.
Yeah, very chaotic today.
Very chaotic. So that's my one little small thing, which is not a big thing. This has been a wonderful park. Definitely the most beautiful castle, I'd say, of any park that I've been to. We've had a really good time, even with the chaos, but I think it's important to remember to try to just do a Disney day at your leisure to some extent. Don't feel the chaos. I'm speaking from personal experience because I'm not good at that. But I think you're just going to enjoy yourself more if you just kind of roll with the punches.
Yeah, for sure.
So tomorrow we are definitely going to hop over to the other park, and then I think we'll spend some more time here too, because I think there's just more to see and do here that we still didn't even get to. But maybe we'll do the night show over there tomorrow. I'm not really sure how it's going to play out yet. We're going to maybe do a little bit longer of a day, but I don't think as long as I was initially thinking, because again, we're used to those hours of like 10 to 6 at most of the parks, and this feels like a long day.
This park closes way later than most of the other parks we've been to so far.
Yeah, it does, and we're just not used to that anymore. So as much as I love it, just not built for that anymore. The like rope, what is it, opened or rope drop to close? I'm just not built for that anymore. But this is a wonderful park. Epcot was always my favorite Disney park that I've been to so far, and I would put it up there with that. So yeah, really think it's a good park.
Yeah.
So we hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll come along for the day 2 vlog that will be coming soon. Definitely consider hitting that subscribe button. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, and we will see you in the next vlog.
See ya.
Bye.